The Hotspot multiple response item type is a great item that utilizes images. You will upload an image and draw boxes around certain parts of that image to designate the possible responses the students may select. Hotspot multiple response is identical to Hotspot multiple choice except one instance. Hotspot multiple response allows for multiple answers. Let's make a Hotspot multiple response item now. The fields for item code and item label are required on all item types, and the item code must be unique. Ensure that these fields are completed. Then provide the instructions for the student in the item stem. Let's create a simple question about identifying different types of pool balls. In the item stem, I will ask, which pool balls are both even and solid? We can also underline for clarity. Our next step is to select the image and generate the choices for the student. To select the image, we'll click on Browse Image Library. Here we will find our image and select it. It will then load onto the page. If you would like to adjust the size of the image or change the color of the boxes, you may do so in the Image Properties box here on the right. Now that our image is loaded, we will draw boxes around different parts of the image that will serve as the choices for the students to select from. As soon as you hover your cursor over the image, it will change to a crosshair to inform you that you may now draw your boxes. So let's draw boxes around the pool balls that are fully visible. Once we're finished drawing our boxes, we'll click the Click Here to Generate Choices button. This generates the options in the Choice Details section. Once the boxes have been defined on the image, we need to assign point values to the correct answers in the Choice Details section. This is exactly the same as in Hotspot multiple choice, except we may assign points to multiple correct answers instead of only one. We have 4 correct answers in our question, so we're going to place a 1 in the score box next to those choices. Beneath these fields, we see boxes where we must designate the minimum number of choices the student must make in order to answer the question and the maximum number of choices they are allowed to make. Whatever number you designate in the minimum choices field must be selected before the student can finish the question. The student will not be allowed to mark more answers than you designate in the maximum choices field. Therefore, if you don't want the student to know how many correct answers there are, you should keep this range broad. We suggest as many options as hotspots you've designated on the image. Before we save and finish this question, we will assign it a complexity and classification according to Bloom's taxonomy levels so that this question may be used in tests created by Blueprint. Now click Save and you're done. When your item is successfully saved, you can preview it to ensure that it's operating as intended. Find your item and click the Options icon, then select Preview. This will open a new window which will display your item as it will appear to the students. In preview mode, certain item types will have correct answers identified, but this will never be the case elsewhere. If you need to make any adjustments, you can back out and click Edit. We hope you enjoy making your own Hotspot multiple response questions.